Hello, and welcome to A VO's Journey. My name is Anthony Pica. This show is all about helping the new and upcoming voiceover artists grow their business and sidestep all the crazy things that I seem to step on. We are going to be talking about an update today from the challenge, the gauntlet, the whatever you want to call it, that I laid down yesterday for anyone who wanted to participate. The epic voiceover challenge, as I put it, for us to kind of take marketing to a 100x level. And I'm super excited to kind of give you my first day feelings about it and, see where you are. And I've also gotten some really good feedback from people in the comments, and I wanted to address those as well because I really do think there was some good insights. So real quick, if you haven't got a chance, hit the like button, subscribe. Also, if you haven't had a chance to look at A VO's Journey Elite Academy, it's a great time to join. We've got the price is still at what it is right now, $67 a month. It's fantastic. 4 live sessions a week. We got Monday, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. We've got marketing, we've got production, we've got voice acting, as well as business systems. So it's fantastic. Love for you to join. There'll be a link below for you to check out, or you can go to avosjourney.com. Okay, so let's talk about the Epic Challenge and the updates and everything that's going on with that. So yesterday I put out a video about the Epic Challenge, and the idea was 3 different things, right, a day. There was the isn't that funny? Whenever that note goes off, it's like, hey, whose account is that? Because we all know, we all look at our phones, right? We know that ding. I think it was mine. So anyways, so the Epic Challenge, 3 things. One was, 10 auditions a day. The second one was 3 samples out a day on 5 to 10 different platforms. And the third one was 1 new page a day for your website. And so the idea was for 3 months straight, we would do that every single day. I've had a bunch of people want to join, but I've also got some really good feedback about some people and their thoughts about scheduling and stuff like that. So I wanted to address that. First off, I want to tell you my personal experience with doing it yesterday. Okay. Because like I talked about also in the podcast as well and the video, it's kind of one of those things where, I want to get back into doing more of that as also. So, that's why another reason I put this challenge, not just for you, but for me. And I went ahead and, yesterday was day 1. I posted a picture earlier of my board that I'm using. I have a chalk. I took some chalk paint and painted it on my wall, and that way I can I use some just write out like the different things, so each day I have a tally of what I've accomplished, what I need to do. But anyways, I would say time-wise it took me about probably 2 to 3 hours yesterday, and the majority of that time, so it took me about 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes to do the 10 auditions. I did the majority of them went through the Voice Realm, and then I did some on Voice 123. Voices.com, at the time I was doing the auditions, there was too many. I didn't do any on Voices.com yesterday. So I got my 10 in, and then I uploaded the 3 samples. So I had a couple samples I had already done, and then I created one as well. So I uploaded those to a couple different platforms. And then the last thing that took me the longest time was building out the page. And I think that, today, especially with the marketing class, I'm going to be discussing this and marketing in the academy, and that's the structure of building out your page. Because I think for me, was finding okay, is there like a template? Because, if I'm going to be building, if it's 3 months, I'm going to be building 90 pages, right? And the idea of these pages is, yes, they can be a blog post as well, but also the idea is that like every genre, every tone that you offer, every style you offer as a voiceover artist, you'd have a separate page for on your website. All right. And I think that's great, but it's like the format of the page, how it's going to look, right? If you're going to do this every single day, it took me, like I said, it probably took me like 3 or 4 hours actually yesterday, with 2 hours or plus more just messing around with the website, trying to get it, where I want it in the page. So I think that's something that is important to note, that it did take a lot of time. Now, I think as I get better at doing it every single day, because like the auditions are not unfamiliar, the samples are not unfamiliar, but building out a single page every single day, that's unfamiliar. So, and I do think that's going to be like the bulk, because it's not just you putting up samples, it's also you building out content on the page, right? So that's because it's got to be at least 500 to 1,000 words of content for Google to really, view it as something worth indexing and ranking well, okay, with some good keywords. So anyways, and there's a contact me on there because you want people to find it, listen to your samples, and then be able to contact you, right? So anyways, that's kind of like where that was. And so I'm working on that, and I've got a template set up, and I'm going to be sharing that with the people today in the Academy to help them. But I think what I also wanted to talk about was some of the comments that I got, and I think I'm really glad that I got them. And one of the biggest comments, actually, there was a lot of people who commented saying, hey, listen, this is awesome. However, I'm still working a full-time job. I just don't have enough time to do this. And I totally understand. I mean, I used to work a full-time job. You guys know my story. So, I used to do that. Come home, make dinner with the kids, spend times with the kids, put them to bed, spend a little time with the wife, put her to bed, and then work from 10 to 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning. I used to do that every single night. I had to put up my hobo fort, had to take it down, blah, blah, all the stuff that we know. We work our butts off to make this happen, right? So here's my thing. With there being 3 different ones, my recommendation is whatever your schedule allows, pick one. Right? So here's the idea. So if you figure like, okay, I can do, the 10 auditions, just do the 10 auditions. Say, okay, I can pick a page to do on my website, just do the page. If you say, I want to post up 3 samples, all right, post up 3 samples, just do 1 out of the 3. And I think that could be very, very beneficial. Now, if I was going to pick one that's going to give you the most immediate results, it would definitely be the auditions or the samples. Okay, those are the ones that I would do. The page is definitely, those are great. I mean, but that's going to be very lucrative in the long run. Okay, but it's just a part of building up the business. Does that make sense? So I really do think that should help you with your scheduling, so that you don't have to do all 3. And maybe if you have a little bit more time, you do 2 out of the 3. And if you have more time and you're able to swing it, do the 3. Or maybe but whatever you do, I do want to say this though: make the goal and stick to it. Don't be like, all right, I'm going to do 2 and I only got 1 done today. Now that's better than nothing. So that's not really. I still want you to do that, right? To keep going even if you don't succeed one day, right? We got to keep going just like anything else. But what I mean is like, I want you to accomplish your goals. You know what I'm saying? So if you think realistically you can do 1, do 1. If you think realistically you can do 2, do 2. And if you think you can do 3, do 3. Push yourself. But, it might, and actually it might take a week or so for you to figure out, okay, I can't do this, I can't do that. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, I realized after yesterday, I had to really get a good idea of how I was going to speed up this page process while still giving new content. You know what I'm saying? So, that's something that I worked on. So anyways, I hope that this helps. And thank you so much for the questions and the comments. Remember, go all in on this, the challenge. So remember, recapping, it was 1 new page on your website a day, 10 auditions a day, and also 3 samples posted on 5 to 10 websites a day. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, check out the Academy link below. We've got a great voiceover marketing session tonight by me, taught by me. So I'm excited. It's at 5 p.m. Eastern. And you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. All right. Talk to you later. Goodbye.